Hey YouTubers, Joe Buddy Platt, and today I'm going to show you how to make wine gummies. So let's go! So the other day I was reading some articles about some of the trends in the booze business, you know, the hottest beer, wine, or stuff like that, and I'd seen something about rosé gummy bears and how popular these things are. And I seen where a certain place makes a certain style of gummy bear and they have like thousands of people on a waiting list to get these. And I'm like, that can't be true. But I did a little research and I see this is a trend, especially the rosé wine or champagne gummies. But the idea of a wine gummy bear, I thought, well, that's just something I have to try. So I did a little research, found some recipes, and so that's what we're going to do today is make a simple wine gummy bear, and then, you know, talk about maybe some options you have as far as obviously you could tweak the wine and stuff like that. So with that being said, let's make some wine gummy bears. Here's what we need to make our wine gummy bears. First and foremost, wine. The particular wine I'm going to use today is a pink Moscato. Moscato wines are sweet. Honestly, gummy bears are sweet, so you'll definitely want to go with a sweeter wine. There are plenty of recipes out there. People use red wines, white wines. You can use champagne. But for today's gummies, we're going to use this pink Moscato. Then you're going to need a few packets of gelatin. Some recipes out there will use flavored gelatin packs. I'm just using the generic unflavored gelatin. Then you're going to need some sugar. And then some people, especially with like the rosé gummy bears or whatever, they like to throw a little pink or red food coloring in there just to tweak the color. I'm not going to do that today, but that's always an option. And then last but not least, you're going to want a mold. Now, I couldn't find any of the traditional gummy bear or gummy worm molds, but I did have this candy mold that I'd used on a previous project, and we're just going to use that. But if you feel like it, you can order online or whatever and find those gummy bear molds. They're fairly cheap anyway, under 10 bucks. So now we got our supplies together. Let's make some wine gummies. Alright, so let's get to making these wine gummies. It's real simple to do. We're going to take 1 cup of our pink Moscato wine. We're going to throw it in a little saucepan. And we're going to put it on low heat. Now, I want to emphasize that you don't want to, you might have seen some other videos where people actually bring this to a simmer or even a boil. Remember with alcohol, if we get the temperature in the 170 range and higher, we're burning off the alcohol. Because this is a booze channel, we're going to want to keep the booze. So we're just going to heat this up enough, and the reason we're heating it is we want to help the sugar and the gelatin packets absorb into our liquid. So I'm putting this on low heat, and we're going to add to our 1 cup of wine a 1/2 cup of sugar. And we're going to stir that in. Alright, and then we're going to add 6 of these little, I believe they're 1/4 ounce packets. We're going to add 6 of these little packets of Jell-O into our wine. One thing I failed to mention, we're using sugar, but I have seen recipes out there where they substitute maple syrup, and you can substitute, you know, a sugar substitute of your own desire, or if you want to play around, go with a brown sugar. For this first time through, we're just going to use regular white table sugar, but just to let you know out that other people that have made these have tried other sugars, and that's a way you can tweak the recipe. Alright, and then we'll add these last 2 packets in there. Alrighty. So You'll notice one thing. When you add this gelatin in, it will clump up real quick. So, again, that's part of the reason why we're heating this, is also to kind of loosen up that gelatin a little bit. And I am going to keep stirring this. Like I said, we're not going to let this get to a simmer or a boil. But once I get everything thoroughly incorporated in, break up the little lumps of gelatin or whatever, we'll let this cool, and then we'll come back and add it to our mold. So let me finish this up, and we'll come back to add this to our mold. Okay, so I've got everything stirred in. I'm going to turn off my heat. I want to make a couple of suggestions real quick just from doing this. One thing you notice is I threw the sugar in first and then the gelatin. Hindsight being 2020, I probably should have thrown in the gelatin first, and I kind of threw it all in at once. You want to do a pack at a time into the wine first and then add your sugar. You want to make sure you really get that gelatin in because it'll gel up pretty quick. I had a few lumps in there because I kind of threw the Jello pack in. It took me a while of whisking to kind of break that down. So that's what you want to do, is you want to add it to the wine first. You want to add one pack at a time, so make sure you get it fully incorporated in, because it will clump up real quick on you and it gets real sticky and whatever. It took a while to break down. One of the things in the videos I've seen with the gummy bears is they'll use like a little eyedropper to put in here. I've got a little bigger mold and I don't have an eyedropper on me, so I'm just going to take a spoon and I'm just going to kind of ladle this in the mold. All right. You could also, I guess, use like a turkey baster, what have you. According to this recipe I tried, if we had regular gummy bear molds, we're going to get about 50 gummy bears. Who knows what this kind of an odd shaped mold, this candy mold, so who knows what I want to get out of that. So let me finish putting these in the mold. Then we're going to turn around and throw these in the refrigerator for roughly 30 minutes to an hour plus. I might let it go a little longer because, like I said, these are a little bigger molds than the little gummy ones. So let me finish putting these in the mold, and we'll come back and check out our results. Okay, so we've had our gummies in the fridge for almost an hour. Like I said, I just left them in a little longer. Most of the recipes are around 30 minutes or so. I left them in a little longer because this, compared to the shallower gummy molds, it's a little deeper. So, but appears my gummies have solidified pretty well. So let's pop one out. All right, has the consistency of a gummy. Yeah, it looks pretty gummalicious. Let's give it a try. And pretty much the consistency of gummy. Plenty of sweetness. I'm not going to say you're going to pick up any wine complexity or whatever. It's just sweet. But it does have a little of the Moscato sweet wine flavor to it. No alcohol sensation in this, which with all the sugar we dumped in and the gelatin, I'm not sure you would pick it up like that, but it's in there. We didn't overheat it, so overall I think it was work. Couple suggestions or couple ideas. Like I said, the food coloring, there's not much color in this one. Maybe we could have added a couple of like red food coloring in there to maybe give it a little more of a rosé look to it. I've seen some videos and people out there talk about putting in a little bit of the edible gold in there. You get gold flakes. That would probably be a neat idea with the champagne gummies. You could trick it up. You could play, like I said, you could play around with the different flavored gelatins if you wanted to, instead of using the unflavored. That's something I may do next time because, like I said, there's not a lot of flavor coming out in this one, but it works. It's It's a good treat. This will definitely be fun at a party. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or maybe some gummy flavors we could try, please leave in the comments section down below. And as always, you can contact me on the Twitter page. Well, until next time, bottoms up.